Hi, Pete Vanderpool here. We've been on a relations kick, and sometimes relationships are not exactly what you expect they might be. I have a story about Mrs. Claus. She pulled into the garage one day and noticed that the back wall had a window in it, and in that window, which was open, was a hummingbird. So she went over, she raised the window as high as she could, and she put her finger out there, and the little bird kept going up and up and up behind the window, but finally there was no further to go, and it jumped onto her finger. And she says, "You don't know how sharp those little toenails are." She says, "Ow, ow, ow." But the little bird just stayed there, and she was able to walk out the open garage door, and finally it flew away. So she came in and she was telling me about this experience. She says, "Boy, those little claws really, they got me." But she said, "The bird doesn't weigh a thing. It's just as light as a feather." But it stayed right there. It knew that I was okay with me taking it out. Well, we were out probably half an hour later, sitting on our screened-in deck. And hanging off the eaves by that screened-in deck was a hummingbird feeder. And these hummingbirds would come, but that particular hummingbird came back not to the feeder, but to one of the panels on the outside of the screen and just looked at Joyce, and then it flew away. There was a relationship with one of God's creatures, and that little creature came back and said, "Thank you." That's pretty simple. Thank you. I remain forever Santa.